Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All right. Thank you so much, Olivia. And welcome back to those of you who have been following the series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. And I'm William Craig III, a professional career coach. And I have a clear mission for this series to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. The fact is, people who put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So instead, I focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. And the goal is to help you run your job campaign or your job search with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your assistant, not your replacement. From the very beginning, we've laid a foundation for using AI tools to save time and uncover hidden opportunities and improve each and every step of your job search. So today, as always, we're building on that momentum. And if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile so that you can watch the replays, or you can watch on my YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. All righty. So, okay, we got a few folks that have popped in. Let's see what we got going on here. Daniel says, hello, everyone, and to me, of course. And let's see. Michael Castillo here. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. And Donna, good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a good week, staying productive, staying positive. We will get there. Yes, we will get there. And this week we've been talking about or focusing on the interview. Yes, I give a big sigh during that because so many people are just so overwhelmed with the concept of an interview. And not to oversimplify it, but an interview is a conversation between two professionals about how they might work together. But nonetheless, I want to ask this question. Have any of you ever been stumped or been challenged by the question, tell me about your biggest weakness, or tell me about your weaknesses? Has that been an issue for anyone? Because if it is, today, we're going to be dealing with that specific question. So let's get into it. And we'll bring ChatGPT to the stage. And here we go. List 5 creative ways Mary can turn the interview question, what's your biggest weakness, into proof of growth for a senior level AP/AR candidate. Now, remember, the idea behind this is to do what? Is to make sure that you are able to take a prompt and you can insert yourself into it. So you would want 5 creative ways that you would say, I can turn the interview question, what's your biggest weakness, into proof of growth for a boom, whatever the position is that you are applying for. All right. That's the idea here, so that you can take a single prompt each and every day and build out your job campaign or your job search, however you refer to it. And if you've missed, of course, material, please go back and take a look on the replays and see what we've covered. We've covered so much. But here we go. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with Mary, for Mary. All righty, here are 5 creative ways Mary can approach the what's your biggest weakness question, turning it into proof of growth and positioning herself as a senior level AP/AR candidate. So here we go. Perfectionism to process efficiency. Weakness framed. I used to spend too much time double and triple checking invoices. Growth proof. I've since built error-proofing systems like checklists and automation tools, so accuracy is maintained without slowing down productivity. Now, we're going to see if ChatGPT is going to offer up some star stories around this when we finish. That's what I would be doing. So we'll see here. Reluctance to delegate, team leadership. So from reluctance to delegate to team leadership. Weakness framed. Early in my career, I hesitated to delegate tasks, wanting to make sure everything was perfect. Now I train others on reconciliation and cash application, empowering teammates while freeing myself for higher level analysis. So here's what I want you to see right off the bat, because this is a mistake that many people make, and ChatGPT is giving us great examples how we should not make that same mistake. So it says early in my career. Unfortunately, when you get the question, so tell me about your biggest weakness, or what's your biggest weakness, people start doing the whole humna, 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 oh my goodness, and they start panicking. And then unfortunately, many of them start thinking about their biggest weaknesses and they go down a rabbit hole and they sabotage their entire interview. But what Chad is showing us here is, wait a minute, actually, it was early in my career that I used to make this mistake. But guess what? I've learned some things. And now what I'm doing is, and here are the benefits to doing that. All right, let's see what the next one says. We got two more. Over focus on collections to customer relationships. So at first, I was laser focused on collecting quickly, sometimes at the expense of client rapport. Oh my goodness. But here we go. I've learned that balancing persistence with relationship building actually accelerates payments and strengthens long-term partnerships. Good stuff. All right, next up, let's see. Adapting to new systems to tech fluency. So I once felt behind when adapting to new ERP platforms. But now I make it a point to master new tools quickly. I even helped lead a smooth transition to a new accounting system without disrupting operations. Alrighty. And then finally, taking on too much to prioritization mastery. So I used to take on too many projects all at once. I was so gung-ho and wanted to make a good impression that I'd put too much on my plate. But since then, I've learned to prioritize tasks by impact on cash flow, which ensures I deliver high value results without burnout. So each answer flips a weakness into a leadership, efficiency, or growth story. So that's a good point to highlight as well. What is it that you want to accentuate as a positive on the opposite side of the weakness? So here was the weakness, but it led to what benefit to me, but certainly to the team, the company, the group, etc. And what category does it fit in? Leadership, efficiency, growth, sales, etc. It shows Mary's readiness for senior level AR/AP responsibilities. So would you like me to also draft 30-second interview ready versions of each of the 5 answers so Mary can deliver them naturally? And what I'm going to say is I'm going to ask it to go to number 5. So here we go. If you would take the 5th example that you gave Mary and create a star story around it so that she can be more effective in her interviewing. Let's see, did it get all of that? Doesn't look like it got all of that. Let's try it again. Take the 5th answer that you gave us, or the 5th example, and create a star story Mary can use in an interview and make it seem natural. All righty, there we go. All right, so we get rid of that. Create a star story. Great. So it didn't automatically ask us if it wanted us to do that. It did offer up something, but it wasn't what I thought it would. So perfect. Here's the star story for Mary, built from the fifth example, taking on much, going to prioritization mastery. It's structured, but written in a way that feels natural in conversation. And two things I want to highlight. Number one, don't just settle necessarily for the first thing the chat gives you. Too often I hear people saying, oh, wow, it didn't work. And in talking about it, what we find is that they just put in a prompt and didn't get exactly what they were hoping for. And that was it. No, you've got a number two level of specificity in that I also said, make it sound natural. So, number one, it gave me something which was great, which was good. It offered up something which was also good. But what I wanted was a star story, and specifically around one of the results. And we could have gone back and gotten a story for each of them, but you guys know I like to hit it and quit it. So I'm going to let you all do that and play with it if you like. But here we go. Let's see what it came up with. So, star story situation. So, early in my career as an AR specialist, I was eager to prove myself. So, I often took on too many tasks at once: invoices, reconciliations, collections follow up, all at the same time. And the challenge was making sure that everything got done accurately and on time. But I realized that my approach was spreading me too thin. I just had too many balls in the air at one time for someone who was inexperienced. So, what did I do? I stepped back, I created a prioritization system. I started ranking my tasks based on their impact on cash flow, understanding that that was the most important metric that my manager wanted to see. So, for an example, I started addressing overdue invoices and disputed payments first. And then I blocked time in my calendar to focus deeply on the high value work. I also learned to communicate with my manager when bandwidth was tight so that we could align priorities. And as a result of that, everything started working out. I was able to bring down those unapplied payments eventually by 80%. And I reduced my DSO by staying focused on the right accounts and still keeping up with the regular processing. But more importantly, I grew into someone who manages workload strategically instead of reactively, which has made me more effective. And so here we go. This makes her weakness authentic while showing growth, self awareness, and measurable results. Exactly what interviewers want. Absolutely. Would you like me to create a 30-second elevator version of this star story so Mary can use it when pressed for a shorter response? And so, again, what chat is offering up is a good suggestion. I mean, technically speaking, you could end up with, and you guys saw this a few days ago, a whole library of these stories so that you're ready, willing, and able to go when the time presents itself. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get this link now. At the end of the day, what we want to make sure of is that you have what you need so that you can be. So there's a little issue here. Okay, there we go. Update link. Okay, and so at the end of the day, you can have what's needed so that you can be effective and not be intimidated when you're in an interview situation. All right, so let's put this in the comment section for you all. And for those of you who are watching via YouTube, you now have the link to the session that I just created. Let's see here. MC, thank you, Donna. Okay. Let's see here. At MC, glad it helped. The struggle was most definitely okay. So you guys are having a conversation. All righty, no worries. But in any event, I hope that this was helpful to you. At the end of the day, again, we want to be prepared for interviews in a way that shows us as a subject matter expert, if you will. And it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, and not downplaying it, but whether you're a cashier or an accounts payable, receivable specialist, or a vice presidential candidate, a president of marketing, doesn't matter. It all boils down to the same thing. You've got to have good stories to share, and we want to make sure that we give you the information that's going to be helpful to you. As it relates to the struggle being real, here we go. This is why I'm sharing these daily AI prompts, because I want you to stop struggling with this. I was listening to, I think it was it Gary Vaynerchuk? No, it wasn't Gary V. It was, can't think of who it was. But bottom line is, well-known CEO, very successful. And what he was talking about was the fact that he told his CFO, he asked his CFO a question about some kind of processing that hadn't been done. And the CFO said, I'm working on it. And he said, no, you don't understand. So he pulled out his phone. He went into ChatGPT and he started having a conversation with ChatGPT and ultimately got to the answer that he needed in the process to make a process that would make what needed to be done more efficient. And then he showed the phone to a CFO and said, see this? And the guy said, yeah, I get it. And because the CFO was struggling to figure out how to get this done. And what he's saying is, hey, we now have a tool where we no longer have to struggle, where we can actually have a conversation to say, hey, here's my issue. Here's what it is I'm trying to accomplish. I need assistance. Ask me whatever questions you need to so that I can get from here to here. And that's exactly what it is that we have available to us in ChatGPT and Claude and Perplexity. By the way, if you have a PayPal account, Perplexity, the makers of Perplexity actually entered into an agreement, and you can receive a free 1-year subscription free to Perplexity Pro. And all you have to do is sign up for it if you have a PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account, go ahead and just set up one. It's free. And then, and all I did was, because I heard about it, but couldn't find a link to it. So I went into Google and I put in a simple, what did I say? I said Perplexity and PayPal agreement. And there were 5 or 6 that came up, clicked on one of them, and it took me right to the page to sign up. And so now I've got Perplexity Pro for an entire year and put it on my calendar to set my alarm so I'll know when it expires, so that I can, if I decide I want to cancel it, I can cancel it before they charge me $20, or I can go ahead and keep it. But again, this is what we're here for. Daniel says, this provides us a framework for a healthy dialogue. Thank you. You're welcome. And then Michael says, thank you. You're welcome. All righty. So you guys have the prompt. Bottom line is, take advantage of these as we do every day. And I pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe in all you do. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye, everybody.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.